I might get stabbed in the back, hey. When I die, I will come back, hey. Ask me why I dress in black, hey. It just represents my soul in the coldness of this world.
What's up guys, it's X here, and today I'm back with another Pixel3D video. So in this video, I'll be talking about the balancing of the game, when I say balancing of the game, I'm mainly referring to the weapons in Pixel Gun 3D and not exactly the entire game itself, because Pixel Gun 3D, obviously, I believe is really focused and centered around which weapons are more powerful than others, and in terms of that, sometimes there can be some issues with weaker weapons being way stronger than the weapons that are actually supposed to be stronger, and there's also issues with the nerfing and stuff. But before I get into this video, I do want to say that I do want to thank you guys for all the support you guys have given me on the last 3 or 4 videos. They've all been getting a lot of views, and I think one night I gained like 30 subscribers in that one night from one video. And you know, I don't really think that I thank you guys enough, because it really is important to me, and I'm glad that I have you guys support when it comes to just the channel itself, and even when it comes to emotional support, knowing that I can turn to you guys if I ever feel a certain way, and I know I can do a little bit better, because I could upload a lot more than I do, but I have been trying to get better with my uploading schedule. It's just some issues with time management and other things, but nonetheless, I do want to thank you guys, because each one of your support, and I value each and every one of you. I just want to say that. But yeah, let's get into the video. So I want to start off talking about the nerfs, because I honestly do believe that that is an issue that I personally don't really like, and some other people may not like also, because we have a history on this channel of my opinions kind of differing from other people. But for this video in particular, I'm kind of in the middle. So when I say I'm in the middle, let me first talk about what a nerf is. So when I say that the nerfs, I'm talking about how they make very powerful weapons a little bit weaker, so that they can balance those weapons out with the rest of the game. So I don't want this video to be me bashing the developer saying, hey, fix your game. I want this to be a discussion, right? So I do think that the developers do a pretty good job when it comes to their attempts to balance the game. However, I do think that there are some improvements that need to be made. And the reason why I'm bringing up the nerfs is because, well, for one, I do understand them, because when you have weapons like the Destruction System and Christmas Ultimatum one-shotting max armor and gadget players just because of the cluster bomb, that is a little annoying. And I am kind of glad that they fixed that a little bit. But the nerfs I'm talking about are weapons that they just released, like newer weapons that are very powerful. And they cost a lot of money, maybe. They cost a lot of gems, coins, whatever, crafting parts, all that stuff. And they end up nerfing them within a few bug fixes. And that's where my problem comes in. And my main issue with that is because I'm personally of the opinion that the more expensive a weapon is, the better that weapon should be. And the higher quality that weapon is, the better the weapon should be. So what I mean by that is, you know, there's like certain categories and scales for the weaker weapons to the stronger weapons. So there's, I think in order, it's from common to rare to epic to legendary and then to mythical. Yeah, common, rare, epic, legendary, mythical. Mythical meaning the most powerful weapons in the game, and common meaning mainly the starter weapons. So I've noticed sometimes that my epic and legendary weapons may be doing a little bit better than my mythical weapons, or maybe my legendary weapon will be doing better than my mythical, or my epic will be doing better than my legendary. And it's not a problem that I necessarily face, of course, all the time or anything, but it is something that I think it was important enough to make a video about, because I personally believe that if a weapon is very expensive, like, it means that the weapon's supposed to be a lot more powerful, and that's kind of hard to tell now because of how expensive the guns are in general. But I think that, okay, if I have to spend $50 or $40 just to get all the craft parts for this weapon, it needs to be a one-shot weapon. It needs to have this, it needs to have that. The weapon has to be worth it. So after I buy the weapon and I'm like, OMG, this weapon's really good, and then in a few updates they nerfed the weapon, I feel like it was almost a really big ripoff and waste of money to me, because if I knew they were gonna nerf the weapon, I probably wouldn't have bought it, right? So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that feels that way. But if I am, I'm sorry. It's just my personal opinion. I don't think that. I think that they should. This is why it comes into. It's really really important that they make these weapons a reasonable price, because when you have these really expensive weapons that are supposed to be the best, and then you nerf them and you make them just like everything else, it's almost like, well, if I knew this weapon was going to be nerfed and be the same as this other weapon, I wouldn't have bought it. And I just personally don't like that. So I do believe that maybe they should make better choices when determining which weapons they should nerf and which weapons they should keep overpowered. Because at the end of the day, some weapons are supposed to be overpowered. The reason why they're supposed to be overpowered is because they're more expensive. And the more expensive weapons, the more powerful it is. So I do believe that every game should have some level of really, really powerful weapons. And that's going to make it more and more worth it to save up and to actually get those weapons. So that is what I personally believe, for my personal opinion. And when it comes to balancing out the game in general, I do see that sometimes I think I may have an example. Um hmm. So I was using the I think it's called the is it rocket jumper? Rocket, I think, is it the rocket jumper, rocket launcher, something like that. Tell me, I'll see what the name of it is. But I was using that weapon. It's a rare weapon, right? And it's a weapon that you use to rocket jump. And I actually upgraded it, and it was doing. I mean, I just wanted to use it. Normally, I only use it for rocket jumping, but I remember I was in a lobby, and it was actually killing people within 2 shots, or 2 or 3 shots. I mean, with it being a heavy weapon, and with it being max upgraded and having modules, I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of self-explanatory. But at the same time, my solar power cannon 2 shots people with modules and stuff, and it's a legendary weapon. So I don't, even though the solar power cannon still did better than the rocket jumper, I think there should be a really, really clear distinction of which weapons are more powerful. I don't think they should be that close together in skill base. So that's an example. Like I said, I don't know the exact name of the weapon. I'll have to look. And if I made any mistakes like with the naming, please don't, say anything about it, because it was an accident. But that's mainly my concerns when it comes to the game. In balancing in terms of nerfs and all of that, but I just think it's an issue that it's pretty simple to fix. I mean, for the most part, the game is pretty balanced. They try their best, but at the same time, I do believe that some things need to be fixed up a little bit. But I want to know what you guys think, so comment down below if you maybe agree with this video or disagree with it, or your opinions, and I'll try to read all the comments because I usually do. And well, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.